and led initiatives that increased employment satisfaction by 50%, a testament to his strategic thinking and people-first approach. Mr. Divakar is from Loyola Institution of Business Administration, holding an executive diploma in HR management and also an MBA in HR marketing. He is extensively certified in areas such as people analytics, strategic HR leadership, talent acquisition, learning and development, and HR digital, making him a true specialist in his field. Beyond his professional excellence, Sir is a state-level basketball player, a trekker, a traveler, and avid follower of cricket and football. With his leadership, analytical acumen, and genuine passion for the people development, Mr. Divakar D stands an inspiring HR leader and role model. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a warm welcome to our Chief Guest.
Thank you, Ms. Sherry. I now call upon Mr. Arun Kumar, student of 1st MAHRM, to introduce Mr. Samuel Jabbar.
We are delighted to welcome back one of our very own, a proud alumnus of Petrosian College of Arts and Science, Mr. Samuel Jabbar, an accomplished human resources professional with nearly a decade of excellence in HR and operations. Currently, he serves as the Human Resources Team Lead at PRODA, Chennai, where he drives the entire spectrum of HR functions, recruitment, employee engagement, talent management, learning development, retention strategies, and exit management, playing a key role in shaping organizational culture and growth. Mr. Jabbar has had an illustrious career journey with reputed organizations including Standard Chartered Bank and Sprint Soft Technologies, where he was consistently recognized for his contributions, earning multiple accolades such as GEM Pinnacle Performance Award and GEM Business Champ Awards across different years. These achievements stand testimony to his commitment, leadership, and passion for people development. Beyond his professional accomplishments, he is a strategist, creative thinker, and an event planner with certificates in leadership foundations, growth mindset, generative AI in HR, and design thinking from prestigious institutions like IIT Madras and Loyola Institute of Business Administration. His academic journey, which began right here at Petrosian College, went on to include an MBA in Human Resources, and today he continues to inspire as a dynamic leader in HR domain. Mr. Sam Jabbar is truly an inspiration and aspiring professional. Dear Gathering, please join me in extending a warm and heartfelt welcome to Mr. Sam Jabbar.
Now I request Answer, Assistant Professor of Economic Management, to give us some words upon the event and also about our dignitaries.
So good morning to everyone gathered over here. I'm sure that all of you heard a lot of good things about Vignesh sir, about Divakar sir, and about Sam sir.
What request, please?
Don't call us sir. They have to let them group level, they're just putting it forward and saying, please don't call us sir, please don't make us feel like guests. So basically all these three people studied here in the very classrooms that you studied, they have also studied. Okay, and the reason why we have called them here today is to show you that you can become. Many of us think as patricians that we may not have such a bright future. Where will we be placed after 3 years or after 2 years of study in your case? Definitely there is room for improvement. And today I'd like to take this opportunity to encourage all my students who are gathered over here to move forward, catch the bus which nobody else catches, take the path which nobody else takes. Because once you find your uniqueness in the world of corporate, definitely you will have a growth that nobody else can match in a short period of time. And I think when these guys were getting into the industry, they were into a lot of pioneering stuff. And so that's why they have made it big in the industry today. And this is not the end of their journey. Of course, they have a lot more to go forward. All of you know them as HR professionals. I know them as BBA student, as sports secretary and department secretary. So I was just explaining to second MHR students this morning about all your achievements over here. And Divakar nale basketball nale Divakar. Konjam. Yes, yeah. Can you just stand up, Divakar? Yeah. Please stand up. Yeah. So Divakar was always known for basketball as well as high jump. He always used to get the first place in high jump. Nobody can jump higher than Divakar, and so that made him a natural selection to be the sports secretary of our college in 2014-15. And we are very glad to have you back. As I was telling my class, I don't know much about Divakar because he was BCA. I used to say he's my junior because I also studied BCA. But then other than that, we are always like, enemies. Who else from BCA over here? Please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 3 more BCA come to management here. So I think it is a kind of a natural movement from BCA to management role. And then we have with us Vignesh, who has been a person who nobody else in the department knows except me, because all of them joined later on. And Vignesh remembers, I think, very fondly Dr. Nagajodi and also myself. And we have been, I was his class teacher for how many years? 2 years. Yes, and third year Bhavani ma'am came along, right? So I was his class teacher for 2 years and we had a lot of fun, a lot of exploration we did together. One thing about Vignesh that I noted very much was that he was trying to bring in things which were not there in the college. He tried to bring in membership to ISEC, which is the student community. And finally he found out that in college they were not going to allow him, so he went and became a part of ISEC. And the day that he started going there, the day that he started attending meetings over there, how we can develop the department, how we can develop BPA, how we can develop the students. He was always focused on development. And that's why always he's been on the top of my list when it comes to Alumni Connect. I always reach out to him. Vignesh, please come. But somehow or the other he's always busy. But today, I'm very grateful that you are here, Vignesh. Thank you for making it over here. Last but not least, the connectivity of the three. Okay, but no ways a lesser achiever, Mr. Samuel Jagudure. Even today, I was explaining to them about the literary display today in the class and how Sam took it to the next level. It was purely his brains, and he had a good team to work with at that time. They had the Big Boys group. Yeah. So that group was always on its toes, always wanting to do something different, always wanting to do something new in bringing in innovation to the department. With the presentation as well. And that's why Sam is always on our list when it comes to Alumni Connect. Whenever we have an alumni program, we call Sam. Why? Because he's also readily available. And right from when he was a student here till now, he always keeps giving input. And I know I'm using the word always a lot, but that's how it is. He always keeps giving input. He doesn't mind, even if it's 10:30 in the night, government talk, we call him and we talk to him, Sam, what can we do for the department? He's always ready to give an input. So why don't you do that? Why don't you do that? Sam also has a very unique connection to Sasi ma'am because Sam and Sasi ma'am have been the joint judges for the last, I think, 5 years now. Yeah, 5 editions of our intercollegiate cultural exchanges. Sam is the only judge for the competition. Every year we call only Sam. Because he only knows all the rules and everything, and he conducts it very smoothly. And that is the uniqueness of Sam. You give any event to Sam and he's able to make a very smooth event, a very congenial place for everybody. Yes, it's a competition, product innovation. Basically, connections, what you guys play at a normal level, they play it at a higher level, which gives also branding for our college. That particular competition has been a branding for our college when it comes to intercollegiate events, and many people come to our college for that particular event itself. We have a lot of entries usually during that event. And I'm very glad to have all three of you all here. Once more, I'm telling all of you students who are sitting over here in the seats, please understand that your future is not full stop after Patrician College. It's only a comma, because that comma is going to help you to project into the industry as much as possible so that one day you can also come here and sit down like this. I would like to see
each and every one of you coming here and sitting down as an alumni resource person, so that we can conduct more alumni connect, and you will give more relevant details, more relevant insights for the students of that particular time. Once more, I thank all three of you. Thanks Asikala ma'am for conceiving this particular HR week, and thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Now I request Raja sir to felicitate.
So good afternoon, students. How are you? Okay. So maybe students, that includes our today's dignitaries also. Good afternoon, students. Okay. So thank you. So the program says that am I right? Coffee. See, what is the purpose of coining this term, coffee with HR? Is there any See, normally, actually we have seen a television show, Coffee with DD, right? How many of you have seen that television show, Coffee with DD? Everyone, including me. Okay, fine. So, we compare our life with the coffee making or serving the coffee. Definitely we can learn few things with the coffee also. Normally I used to say this, wherever you are, be there. Wherever you are, be there. That is the meaning. Whenever you are having coffee or tea, you should stick on with that coffee or tea. Then only it may be tasty. Am I right? See, coffee with HR in the sense, they are giving a lot of inputs. They are showing their knowledge. They are showing their wisdom. More than that, they are showing their experience. That matters. Am I right? Normally, our HR students, you may expect what more? Industrial exposures. See, majority of you say that sometimes, no, sir, we are lacking industrial exposure. Am I right? See, when compared with the other college students, we are lacking with that industrial exposure. Actually, there is a gap between the education as well as the industry. Maybe the corporate and the college, definitely there should be a gap. There may be a gap. How we can fill that gap in the sense, now today we have seen three pillars, three icons, three young icons. They are filling this gap to remove away your feelings. Am I right? To give away the good feelings, good essence of HR. Right? How many of you enjoyed their presence as well as their lecture? How many of you enjoyed? No? Yet to start. Okay, yet to start. Okay. See, definitely you people will enjoy their exposure. Why I am saying this? Definitely, normally, you should be proud to be a patrician. Once a patrician, always a patrician. See, now, in front of you, one person, the great personality, Mr. Daniel Felix Joseph Chalk is seated here. Am I right? See, whenever, actually, he was All India first student. See, actually, he wrote he got All India first rank. I request everyone to give a small appreciation to him. For MBA, he got All India first. For MCA, All India third. See, such a vibrant personality is your class teacher. Maybe first HRM class teacher. See, really I appreciate our Madam Sasikala ma'am. Because of this initiation, maybe corporate as well as college connect. Definitely there may be a gap. To fill the gap, because every time whenever you are approaching me also, you will be telling that, sir, we need some industrial exposure. That's why maybe from yesterday also you have seen our few alumni students also. They are working with a very high package also. See, by seeing is believing. Normally the Bible says seeing is believing. Right? St. Thomas, he was telling, seeing is believing. In front of you, the personality is seated actually from BBA as well as from BCA. Once they were like you, a student, they have shown their abilities and capabilities. Now they are in the limelight. Definitely this session is useful. Another word, important thing I want to say, because they are all our children only. Even though they are all grown up, even though they are all in very big field and domain, still I believe that they are our children. See, with the connect only they came here. See, please be loyal to our department. Please be loyal to our college. See, what all the efforts taken by the department is uncomparable. See, I think I may out of the box also excuse HOD as well as HOD madam, please excuse me. Coordinator Mr. Daniel also please excuse me, because they are all our family members only. That's why in front of them I am saying this. See, actually I have seen the growth of Sam Jeba. I should add Mr. Sam Jeba is my son, like my son. That's why I am saying that Sam. See, I have visualized, we were visualizing his growth also. See, this growth lies with obedience. See, if you are obedient with your family, definitely you may be blessed. If you are obedient with the department, definitely you people will grow. See, the problem is everywhere. See, problem is everywhere. Problem with me, with someone, but you should have that adjustment and patience. See, today, three icons I have mentioned as three icons are here. Mr. Vignesh, Regional HR Business Partner, Mr. Divakar, HR Manager, then Mr. Samuel Jabadurai, also HR Professional. See, so these icons, seeing is believing. See, my dear young friends, our first MA HRM batch students, 99% of students are working as HR. நல்லா புரிஞ்சுங்க. கை தட்டலாம், ஒன்றும் தப்பே கிடையாது, கை தட்டுங்க. See, still few people are having in your mind that am I able to get a job or not? To remove that bad feeling, to remove that negativity, we are organizing such a programs. புரியுதாமா? இந்த ப்ரோக்ராம் எதுக்கு நம்ம ஆர்கனைஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கிறோம் அப்படின்னு சொன்னா remove the negativity தான். First batch la 99.9% they are all working as HRs. The first thing that you should dream that I am a hero for my life. Yes, I can. That's what Barack Obama said. Yes, I can. Yes, I will win. Yes, I will get a very good job. Yes, I will reap a great future. Success lies on you. See, very clear that for ICAF, initially I found this guy, Sam. See, I was searching with a naked eye. When actually second BBA, when I was searching a person to give a badge, I was searching. Normally the people may used to select the person maybe with maybe this or that, maybe with the color or some achievement background. I found that okay, if you follow me, maybe if I compare this with Jesus Christ, it's maybe too much. That time also Pucci also there, maybe actually those crowd maybe what I said follow me. He didn't know why I called that gentleman Sam. See, from then now till now he's doing wonders. I am proud to say that later part only our Danny sir also caught that fellow Sam Jeba. First I only caught that Sam Jeba. I am proud to say this. See, maybe when I talk about Mr. Divakar, see, they will be sharing their knowledge. See, then now I am sharing how they were in our college. He's a very good basketball player. See, if his team is on the ground, in the sense on the basketball court, everyone will upright, because a majority of them are with a 6 feet height, with maybe well built, maybe Divakar and Paul also there. That time அப்படி இடிக்கிற மாதிரி கிட்ட போவானுங்க. அப்படி அந்த மிரட்டுறதுல எதிர் டீம்ல கீழே விழுந்துருவான். அந்த அளவுக்கு டெரர் பீஸ். See, so definitely நம்ம மிஸ்டர் விக்னேஷ் நான் இன்னைக்கு தான் பார்க்குறேன் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம். மேபி that 2012 only I joined. இருந்தாலும் அவரோட ஸ்மைல் வந்து that speaks a lot, maybe successful smile. See, my dear young friends, you people also always with a smiling face. See, whether you are having money, whether you are leading a maybe poor life, or your family background may be a very simple and humble also, if you want to be successful, be wherever you are, stay with a smiling face, face the challenges. Definitely we are happy to receive today 3 guests. So they are all our children only, so even then we should respect them. Please listen them, whatever may be the question also you can ask with them, get their knowledge. Final thing see, be proud to be part of department of management, be loyal to the department, okay, be loyal to the college. Definitely your life will be blessed, you will grow, your life will be successful, okay. Definitely you people will come out with the flying colors. Okay, thanks for this opportunity. I welcome our 3 icons, patrician icons. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your encouraging words. Now, I request our Raja sir, Assistant Professor, to honor our chief guest, Mr. Samuel Jebadurai, with a memento. Thank you, sir. Now, I request our Sasikala ma'am, head of the department, to honor our chief guest, Mr. Divakar D, with a memento. Thank you, ma'am. Now, I request our John Brito sir, Assistant Professor, to honor our chief guest, Mr. Vignesh K, with a memento. And also Pauline ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. We now move on to the highlight of today's program, the discussion with our HRs. This will be followed by a question and answer session where students can interact directly with our guests. Let us listen attentively and make the best use of this opportunity.
Thanks.
Check. 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 So good afternoon everyone. We are very glad to have already, as we said, Mr. Divakar, Mr. Vignesh and Mr. Sam with us. Today we are going to have a short panel discussion on in 2 rounds. Okay, so the first will be on skilling for tomorrow, and this basically is going to encompass the concept of AI with HR, and we are going to ask one by one for them to share their views, and then we'll have a short discussion. Then we will open the floor for discussion with the students as well. So you guys can pose your questions. We'll have the mic passed around to you. Please raise your hands if you want to ask a question. Okay, so we'll start first with Mr. Vignesh on how this particular topic of skilling for tomorrow is relevant not only to today's younger generation, but also in the industry as well.
Thank you. Good to see you all today. While Danny sir gave a brief introduction about me, I thought I'll just add on few things which I can correlate with the topic as well. Okay. When I joined here, before I joined, I did my science group. 12th, I took a science group, and then I somehow decided that I want to do HR. I came here, I didn't bring my parents, I came all alone. I went for the application room, I took the application. They said somebody has to come, a guardian has to come for me to join the college. So I joined second semester. It was during the second semester that I couldn't attend any of the semester exams. I had a personal emergency at home and I could not attend any of the exams. Third semester, we have this wonderful system where the arrear papers will be in the second half of the day. Is it still the same or things have changed? Still the same, okay. University still didn't change, I believe. So, morning I had an exam and then evening I'll have the second exam. You guys have this wonderful person here, Danny. I don't know, I really want to share this because it's a life-changing thing for me. So, he used to sit with me during the lunch break after my first exam. He used to still sit with me, take me through the entire book while I'll be getting a fried rice and I'll be munching on it. He'll be there to assist me in terms of taking me through all the topics. And I'll listen to him and then I'll go and write the exam. I've cleared all the exams only because of him in the third semester. This is just one story and I'm sure there'll be a lot more stories he would have touched upon in his life. And thank you, I really want to thank you for that. I haven't spoken about this anywhere, so I thought today I will touch upon that as well. So one thing during my introduction, Mr. Danny was pointing out that, I spoke about an organization called ISEC, right? What is your college timing? I wanted to be more interactive. What is your college timing? 8 to 12:15. Okay. We had around 7 to 1, right? If I'm not wrong at the point of time. 7:30 or something.
Our college timing was 8:30 to 1:30.
1:30, correct. So what I did was, while he rightly said, not everybody gets opportunity. Anybody play football here? Does anybody play football? Oh, super, great. There's a latest statistics which has come in. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed it. During the entire play time, what is the play time? Can somebody get the mic?
8 and break time.
The play time, football play. How long do you have?
So that is optional, only those 30 to 45 minutes. That's early morning.
Okay, 45 minutes is, no, I'm not talking about the actual football game. What is the time? How long they will play?
90 minutes.
Football player than
Football player, the street play lot of.
Okay.
Fun, very good.
Very good. Super. Do you know Ronaldo is there, who is one of the prominent player, okay? In a match of 90 minutes, how long a player will hold the ball? A player will hold control of the ball. Do you have any idea about it? Or it's open to everyone?
Yeah, anybody who plays football.
In a game of 90 minutes, while there will be X number of players, how long a single player will hold the ball in control? Yara சொல்லுங்க, I mean, who is the football player? Any guesses? Any guesses?
So many times playing.
நான் timeline கேக்குறேன். How long? The duration? 10 minutes hold பண்ணுவாங்களா?
Hello, 90 minutes of football playing time, sir. One plays so many times playing a football.
Approximately எவ்வளவு minutes கையில இருக்கும் அவங்க கிட்ட, அவங்க கால்ல பால் இருக்கும்?
1 minute, few seconds.
Super, great, thank you. So the actual statistics says 2 minutes. Okay, and in the game of 90 minutes, a top player can hold the ball in control only for 2 minutes. But imagine the amount of time that person would have trained for the 2 minutes of game. That's something which is more critical, right? That's the essence that you guys have to take. Even if the opportunity, it's an opportunity that the person gets. To get to the 2 minutes opportunity, he has to train every day for 4 or 5 hours, right? So make use of the opportunity when it comes. That's the essence that I want to point out. What I did was similar in line, not to the greater extent. 1 o'clock the college got over, I didn't know what to do after that. So I was exploring in terms of how can I improve myself, how I can develop myself. Then I bumped into an organization called ISEC. I don't know whether they still operate, but there might be other organizations which might still exist. And you guys might have to spend some time to explore what are the options which are there. Now I made use of it. So what ISEC used to do is, it's an international exchange program where they do internship. They promote internship where they bring in people from across the country for an internship program, and they send people from here and students from other countries to here as well. We onboard them here as well. It was a wonderful experience for me, and I actually learned a lot through that exposure. And after which I started working as well in part-time. Right? I don't come from a very big background, financially background family. Then I thought, okay, why not waste my time? I started working as part-time. Similarly, you guys have a lot of time in your hand. 12:30 your college is getting over. What are you doing after 12:30? That's something that you might have to think about, right? Talking about today's topic, right? An opportunity, right? How do you create opportunities today? How do you think you can project yourself better in the market? Anybody? Mike?
You can raise your hand, I could be passed.
Through a LinkedIn profile.
Very good. Okay.
And through our social media, like we can publish any videos which is related to our course, and attending conferences, and mostly paper presentations, publishing, sort of.
Very good. You rightly spoke about LinkedIn. How many of you spent enough time? Today we are the technology of AI. A lot of organizations, they don't do the recruitment job anymore. All they do is the AI takes over, and when we given a certain keywords, like say I'm looking at somebody for a recruitment role, right? Talent acquisition is the keyword. What else is the keyword? I want to hear from others. Say if I have to hire somebody for a recruitment role, a junior recruitment role, right? What are the keywords that I might probably use? As a recruiter, what are the keywords that I might probably use? Recruitment specialist, okay. A payroll, not so relevant, okay.
Communication skills.
Communication skills, okay. Talent acquisition, very good. Leadership, okay. Anything else? Okay, technical skills. What else? Internship, I may not use that keyword, okay. Okay, there are a couple of options that you guys gave, right? So understand that one point that the AI will pick based on the inputs that the recruiter gives, right? I given certain keywords, I will probably say that I want somebody who is into IT recruitment, right? So I might give certain amount of keywords. Those keywords has to be there in your CV. That's very, very critical. Or in your LinkedIn profile as what has to be mentioned as about your profile, whatever that you capture, those details has to be there. That's something that you might have to start working on, right? I'm talking only from a placement standpoint, but in terms of AI in today's life, most of you, did anybody hear this say, most of you would have heard this famous thing that, AI is going to take over your jobs. All of you have heard it? I have a different viewpoint towards it. People with AI is going to take over your jobs. As long as you're not adapting towards AI, then that role is going to be with somebody who has adapted the AI into their work life. So with that, I will stop my this thing. I'll leave it for others to also share in their thought.
Thank you so much, Vignesh, on bringing this thought of not just AI going to take over jobs, but people with the knowledge of AI is going to take over jobs. So I like now ask Divakar to share his views on how AI will be a key skill in jobs for tomorrow, in adapting to roles for tomorrow.
Thank you very much, sir. So hi guys. So we're talking about AI, right? So how many of you have used ChatGPT or whatever AI tools? Okay, everybody. For what? Honestly, what is the ratio why you use it for social media and for your research or studies? That's the highest you use. Okay.
Good. Right now, what is important to them is to submit the assignment and get the mark. So basically, they will want to get the mark somehow or the other without putting the brain work in. AI is there, no? Artificial brain.
Okay. So yeah, till college it will work. Once you move to a professional environment, it may not work. Why? Because prompting. So I'll get into the insights since Mr. Vignesh has covered the initial part. I'll get into the insights of how do you use AI and know how you're supposed to use AI. So now, say Danny sir is asking you to do some assignments. Sir. Tell me something which you generally.
Importance of work-life balance.
Okay. Straightly enter ChatGPT. Go to ChatGPT. Danny sir has asked importance of work-life balance. ChatGPT. Importance of work-life balance. Enter. So it will give you prompts. You will copy paste it. But in terms of work, right? Let's say you have joined XY company and they have asked you to prepare an offer letter, right? You cannot just go to ChatGPT, type I need an offer letter, enter. It will give you a lot of offer letters. You cannot submit it. Why? First thing, you need basic understanding on why are you going to use it and how are you going to use it. Let's say if it's going to be an offer letter, you need to understand what kind of company you're working for, what are the policies, right? And then once you get an output, you need to figure out what is required for your job and what the AI has given you. So you need to compare it, edit accordingly, and only then you're supposed to use it, right? So something is called as prompt engineering. So whatever you enter, right, it's called prompting. So using AI, the initial step is to understand this prompting. If you can still use AI for Danny's assignment, but you need to prompt in such a way you understand why it is given to you, what you're supposed to learn out of it, and then do the assignment. You can get help from AI, but you cannot ask the AI to do your job. So this is how you're supposed to approach. Step one is understanding what you're supposed to do. Right? Why someone is asking you to do? What is the object? What are you going to solve? That's the primary key. Then the secondary key would be how are you going to tell the AI to give a response which you want. Right? That's called prompting. It's called prompt engineering. If you have time, have a look at prompt engineering. If there are software engineers or somebody from BCA, right? So yeah.
Software engineer, Mr.
Software engineer or anywhere related to software. So you cannot just go to ChatGPT and say, hey, I need an application, build it for me. Yeah, it will build it for you, but it will not work. So there's something called as markup prompting for software. It's called markup software. So it will break down each section by section, front end, back end. So that's how AI is supposed to be used. So if you're going to use AI, first understand what is required, what you're trying to solve, and then you need to talk in a language which the AI understands. Only then you get the expected result. So that's how, so in HR, right, what are the things I use AI for? Right? Let's say I need a survey. I cannot sit and draft a complete survey form. Let's say it's going to be employee satisfactory survey. I'm going to ask prompt the ChatGPT saying that, see, I have conducted, we have run through so many activities in the company, and we need to analyze the satisfactory level of the employees. So I need a satisfactory survey covering XY points, or emphasizing on XY points. So what I'm trying to solve, what I'm trying to understand, and then click enter. So it will give me a list of questions, survey. And again, I need to read it and see whether it is going to suit or it is going to give a result which I want. And only then I'm going to send it out. Right? You will get the results. Okay, it will give you suggestions on what are the actionable insights, but you cannot actually implement it. So that's where the human intervention comes in. Yeah, you can do all the tasks using AI. Right? Starting from recruitment, as Mr. Vignesh said, right? Now you can use AI to shortlist profile, enter keywords. It will give you, it will source profiles. It will give a score to that profile based on your inputs. But again, input matters. For that, you need to have stuff to give that input. Right? So that's where we are here right now. So again, when coming to my life, right, I started as a sports guy, nowhere close to sitting in class. But at one point I decided I want HR, and very, very specific to, I want to be in HR because I did not have much guidance in terms of where I want to be and all that. But that time I had a HR friend who was able to help me out. That's why I was very stubborn. So once I completed my MBA, that time was the recruitment and all that was very bad. There were not much opportunities. So I went and joined a company for night shift. Like I was BPO, actually a BPO. And morning I started my MBA. So 8 o'clock to 1 o'clock I used to go to MBA college. And again evening 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock to early morning 2 o'clock I used to go to work. So that's how I started my career. And once I finished my MBA, for 1 month I did not have any jobs. And I had a lot of BPO jobs. I quit my job. So I was thinking, what was I lacking to get into HR? So one thing was, many people would used to think, right, is my communication up to the mark, to get to HR? I had that question. Because I since not from a very well-off family, and again my circle of friends, right, we're not well versed in talking in English. So I had this doubt whether my communication skills are up to the mark, to get into. Is that a problem? So that's where the 1 month period, right, where you just sit idle at home, think about things, where am I missing? So that's where I started improving my communication, and again started understanding what are things I need to learn. So back then there was no AI and all that. It was only Google. You have to click multiple links, get a new term, again go Google that. It takes a lot of time. Now things have become a lot easier. You can just, with single click, you will get the entire study of what you want to learn. So as Vignesh said, you need to think about what are you going to do when you have more time. So yeah, AI is there. So it's actually a blessing for you guys, but if you use it rightly, it's not there to generate Ghibli or whatever. Yeah, we can do that on one side. Other side is, we can keep prompting on how do I enhance my LinkedIn profile. You copy paste your LinkedIn profile and ask to analyze and say, how can I enhance my LinkedIn profile? How can I improve my connections? So as a HR person, definitely connection matters. Like you need to have a strong LinkedIn profile or any profile. You need to read, basically, not just Facebook and other social media. LinkedIn is one powerful tool where you can get a job, okay, get connections, right, and also learn a lot of things. I learned a lot of things from HR. If you see my profile, there'll be a lot of certifications. So I was very curious, like, what are these certifications? Okay, let me do. That's how I climbed the ladder. Each and every year I used to add a separate set of skill set to me. Like HR analytics is one thing which I actually wanted to do. So I went to Liba. It was a classroom. After work, I finished my work by 6 o'clock. The classes would be 6:30. I'll go to, from Gindi to, I used to go to Nungambakam to attend classes. Just in 2022, I had reasonable experience. Still, I used to go sit with young people. There were a lot of young people there. I was the oldest there, actually. People used to call me sir and all that. So it was funny. So, so that's how, if you could spare at least 1 or 2 hours right now in your comfort zone, it won't be that difficult. Where now Mr. Vignesh or me, right, even Jabba, have gone through the hardships of getting to somewhere where we are right now. So this is all I would like to convey in terms of how to use AI and how effectively you can use it. So I'm handing over to Jabba.
Thank you so much, Divakar, on putting down over to here pen to paper on usage of AI. And I'm very, what I say, I will agree with you 100%, because when I was doing my MBA, all we had was Google, as you said. We didn't have AI to help us out. But my assignments always used to be much different from my classmates. The reason why is because they used to click on the links that appeared in the first page. I used to click on the links that appeared in the 5th page. And that always had something different, that always had something which nobody else used to check or nobody else used to try to get. And the other thing, what he spoke about prompt engineering, is what we did in our MBA back then. Nobody else did it. So I saw that this was a place that nobody else was able to get into, and so I started doing like that. Specifically, giving specific keywords, giving specific prompt words to that particular search engine in order to get a more refined search, in order to get that which I want. Like even when I was a professor over here also as well in the early days, many people will be Googling, but they will not be able to get. They'll ask me, Danny sir, can you just come and help? And I go get it and give it to them. And they're like, how? Only if you type it's coming. Google listens to you or what? I said, no, you just have to type the right keywords. So that is something that is very important. All of us over here can learn from this on prompt engineering. And I think he gave about prompt engineering, markup prompting as well. So all this is something that you need to note down and start working on. Thank you so much for taking us into the tech part of it. Now, we all know that AI, yes, is tech and everything. But is there anything that we can add on humanely to AI? I would like Sam to dwell upon that.
Okay, so it's great to be back in Patrician. So Danny sir has always been a go-to person for me. So even in college, anything for it matters, you know. If I need anything, I'll just, he's a go-to person. So thank you for being that go-to person and being the moderator for today.
Thank you, Sam.
It's great to see all of you suited up. You know, I feel a little shy because I didn't bring my suit today, but you're looking great today. So that's one compliment that I wanted to make. Second thing I wanted to appreciate is on the notes taking. So the few people have taken notes today. It's good to see people take notes. I love seeing people taking notes. The reason being is someday when you need it, you can just refer back to it. That's one thing, because 10 years back, right, there was an alumni connect which was happening, and Sweta, our alumni, who was there that time as senior executive in CSS Corp, she was the alumni resource person, and she was there, and she was delivering it. 10 years later, I'm sitting here and talking to you guys. That's what Patrician can make a difference in you guys also. So we are leaving that opportunity to you guys so that you will be one day fill our seats. So getting into the topic, before that I just wanted to do some data analysis. How many of you want to start your career in HR? Raise your hands. Okay, hands
nicely,
down.
guys. Raise your hands nicely. Not that I want to go bathroom. Raise your hands nicely.
Down. And how many of you want to start your own business, or you wanted to start your, continue? Okay, great. Hands down.
Joy, are you raising your hand or not? Yeah. Okay.
Anybody want to become a teacher or a professor? Okay.
Obviously, nobody. No, I told them not to become a teacher.
Okay, great. So. Great to see all of you, and I'm so glad to be here. Getting into the topic, before getting into the topic, I just want to know if anybody can tell me what is the difference between knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge and wisdom.
Please raise your hand.
This should be part of Danis's second semester syllabus. No? It's not right. Knowledge is his.
That is out of the syllabus.
So we call it Danny's.
Danny always has a separate syllabus. Like.
Yeah. So anybody wants?
Anybody? Yeah.
Yes.
The knowledge is the collective of information, and wisdom is how you are following it and how you are applying it in your life.
Perfect. Great. So yes, exactly what he said. So knowledge is basically, if you know Excel or PowerPoint, if you know all the tools which is there, and how you can use it, that becomes your knowledge. But when you're put it in a situation where you have to give a data, if you click on these icons and you can use it and give an output, that becomes your wisdom. So if you know when to apply, what to apply, and for what to apply, then you get the output. Similarly, we are in the current situation, right? So as Vignesh was saying and Divakar was saying, right, every company will throw up a job post, they put a job description, right? And there are a list of things that is expected out of you, right? So if you are willing to get into HR, okay, see it like a checklist, whether am I fitting into that role, okay? So there are different roles in HR, by the way, right? We have business partnering, we have, operations, we have various roles, right? L&D, talent management, talent operations. There are different roles, talent development, talent, now it's OD, organization development is also part of the HR right now. And what I have to do to get into that role, to that show, right? So there are a lot of job descriptions, right? One quick pro tip I just want to give you. How many of you use Canva? All of you, perfect. And how many of you created your resumes through Canva? Please change it, okay? Because all the AI platforms that is being in recruitment right now will not identify an image resume, okay? It goes with whatever is in the text. Okay, this is the pro tip I'm just giving you. You guys, if you want to get into big companies, things like that, please change your resumes to a Word document, which is a PDF, which works well, not an image format anymore. Okay, so coming to the AI. Okay, so anybody can tell me what is the evolution of AI? Where did we start and where we are currently? Anybody?
You can raise your hand. Mic will be passed to you.
Okay, let me break down for you. Okay, we started with something called machine learning, right? So where our voice recognition, all of those things was there. Then we moved on to generative AI, where LLMs were used, large language model, where voice assistants and all of those things were used, like your Alexa or for whatever it is matters. Sorry, your LLMs are basically your chat GPTs. And currently in the market, we see something called agentic AI. What is agentic AI? It works your task. Whatever the task that you want to perform, the AI agent does it for you. What is the future that we are looking at? It's called as multi-agent AI. So multiple agent AIs are going to be there working for you to perform the task. How it is going to replace your job? Rightly said by Vignesh and Divakar, it is not going to replace your job, but it is going to replace your job description. You are going to be there as a human touch to enable AI to work for you, right? So it is not only AI will do it, you need somebody to control AI. So what in my terms I will put it as is, you need super intelligence to manage your artificial intelligence. So superhuman intelligence is required. How we will get that skill? We have to understand how AI works. That goes back to our knowledge to, a wisdom conversion. This is simple. I just wanted to break down and give it to you guys as this.
So thank you, Sam. I liked how you put what they said out in a different way. It's not going to replace your job, but replace your job description. And Sam also spoke about the evolution of AI. Thank you so much for doing that. And how Sam has given us a kind of a hope, also what Vignesh and Divakar echoed, that AI is not going to take your jobs, don't worry. Okay, but it means that you need to skill yourself in order to manage a job with AI. Right? So the world that you are stepping out into is different, much different from the world that they stepped out into. Because the world is evolving, the world is changing, and because of this, there are a lot more skills that are required of you. As Sam very rightly said, super intelligence, superhuman intelligence is needed in order to manage artificial intelligence. Right now, it echoes what I always say in my class. Will a computer take over your job one day? Maybe, but you would still need a human being to switch the switch on. Put the switch on, right? Always human is necessary. Human is not indispensable. A human is indispensable. It's not very dispensable thing. Even as much as they try to do away with human jobs, there will always be a scope for human jobs in the market. But the type of human jobs, the skills that you will need, is something that we need to develop on, and something that we need to explore as students of HRM. You need to start looking in at how you can, develop these skills. So wonderful. Now, if you can have a back and forth between the three of you, and you spoke about skills, right? That you need to. Can you just highlight? One of you can highlight on what kind of skills, like you said, prompt engineering and all this stuff. Other than that, what are the skills that they can develop in order to make this more interesting for them, so that they will have some takeaway from this session?
So the world is moving towards data, right? Everything is data right now, starting from social media, everything. So that's where things start. So in HR, right? So now we're predominantly using data, starting from everything is data right now. So you need to understand what is data, what are we going to do with it. Right? It's doing the recruitment, right? Again, in recruitment, there is analytics. Right, if you're gonna talk about surveys, right, employee satisfaction survey, retention rates, everything is backed with data. So I want you guys to understand what is this data. How are we going to use it? That's where HR analytics comes in. So what is HR analytics? How data is used to manage a company or run a company or help people. So HR analytics is one strong topic which which I want you guys to look into. How we first understand it and then see how we can use it. Outcomes.
So I'd like to bring in an insight over here about HR analytics. It's currently now a new subject that has been introduced into Madras University has finally woken up and they brought in a subject on HR analytics. But the scope of the subject is very limited. It's very basic because that's how much research they've brought into it. They've just thrown in a bunch of tools in unit number 4. But yeah, exactly. But that needs to be researched also by the educators as well as the students. So that is now in its formative stage, right? What they're going to learn out of that subject, that syllabus-oriented subject, will be very little. How much more do you think that it is being used in the market? If any of you can throw insight into that, how much more? Yeah.
Before that, I'll finish off my point. Adding on to Divakar, what I want you guys to focus on is the fundamentals, right? Fundamentals is basically we got used to using calculators, right? If we're still using the calculators for addition, subtraction, multiplication, then it is wrong, right? Our human brains is developed for intelligence, right? So, right now how we are using ChatGPTs, the fun part is always there in ChatGPT where you use image creation, all of this. Fun part is there. But are we using the ChatGPTs and all the AIs for solving the complex problems? If you have a very complex problem, you want to submit a strategy tomorrow and you're breaking your mind, right? You give your suggestions to ChatGPT, see what best it can give you. ChatGPTs can make mistakes, but if your fundamentals are right, you can tell that ChatGPT is wrong. If your fundamental is shaking, right, then you will totally rely on the technology. That is where we have to waken up. And we have to be strong in fundamentals, right? If you learn something, strongly learn things, right? If you're learning Excel or anything for it matters, learn the basics, keep it strong. When you're stuck somewhere, to solve the complex problem, AI is there to help you.
I think Vignesh raised his hand, he had a view.
So, want to share one of the things that AI helped me to solve a problem, a real life scenario when I was working. So, I work as a HR business partner. My key role, I work for a bank. All of you know how a bank operates. I'm sure all of you would have visited a branch at least once, right? I had a major problem where the attrition was pretty high. People were leaving. We don't know why people are leaving. There are XYZ numbers. People say that nowadays everybody is more aspirational. Everybody wants a career growth within a year, within 6 months, within 2 years. Now we were trying to figure out which are the people whom we might probably lose out in the near future. Say I manage close to 1,500 employees in today's scenario. If I have to do a study with 1,500 employees or I have to connect with 1,500 employees to understand what is the problem, it's not going to help me in any way. The time that I'm going to take to talk to everybody, that's going to be humongous, right? So we have something called predictive index. Have anybody heard about it, predictive index?
Yeah, I think they've heard about predictive analytics.
Yeah. So we gave in certain inputs in terms of trying to understand who are the employees whom we might probably lose out, right? It predicts. The AI predicts who are the people based on the pattern. You won't believe the pattern also involves the number of days this person has taken leave in the last 6 months of time. So there are data which have been taken into consideration, and out of this, say, assume that I had 1,000 employees, 20% of the employees have been listed down, and then it was given to me. Out of this 20, you won't believe 80% are right in the next year. The accuracy is 80% on the predictive index, right? While my attrition was around 40%. So for me, end of the day, instead of running for the 100%, all I have to do is run behind the 20% and ensure that they stay with me, right? So that's one use of AI which practically happened in my life. And day to day, so while both of them added more insights in terms of applicability of the AI, right? Last week I had a meeting, right? And I have this habit of walking around when I'm having a meeting. I listen to a lot from the employees. So I was writing everything on the whiteboard marker. Meeting rooms have a whiteboard marker and I keep writing everything as and then employees given their suggestions. Now, after which I have to take it further with the respective departments, right? So there will be multiple departments, there will be multiple queries, and I have to send it across to them for resolution. Our work doesn't end with only listening. We have to ensure that the resolution happens. So now, all I did was take a photo of this whiteboard marker where I've written everything, put it in the chat GPT, and I just prompted. Like he rightly said, the prompt is what matters a lot. I wrote a prompt saying that I want minutes of the meeting based on the image. Now, the output came. Obviously, my handwriting might be a little bad. There are words which might be changed, right? But the context is something, the base knowledge is something that I carry, which ChatGPT or AI will not carry. While it's in the progress of development, tomorrow that might be even more intellectual than us. But at this point of time, in today's scenario, it's about the base knowledge and how we apply towards it, right? AI is there to support me. It ensured that I didn't spend 2 hours in drafting the minutes of the meeting. It helped me to simplify it within 10 minutes of time. Now I had to rework on it in terms of improvising it. It will not pick up the jargons that I'm using. AI will not understand the jargons that I use in the banking technology industry, right? So that's the way that AI is helping on a real life scenario. I just thought I'll just park with 2 examples which you might probably be able to relate better. And further, we are going to digital. Banking industry itself is too digital now, right? I still remember that I used to go along with my grandmother to the bank every other time they want to take the pension. I don't remember the time that I actually went to the branch for any servicing in the recent days. You don't need to go to the bank today in order to have any service, right? Everything is there in the mobile application, you use it. Now we were thinking, okay, we have 10 members in the branch, 10 employees in the branch doing X, Y, Z numbers. Today in HR, we have an AI system which ensures that the basic queries are being taken care of. We have a chat box built in within our organization where you go and type, like I want the payslip for April month. It will give you the attachment. Say I want to know what is the tax that I'm paying. You type it there. I want to know about the medical benefit that I get out of the organization. You type it there. It will prompt you. The work that I did in that AI is that what are the prompts to be given? What are the prompts that has to be rightly used? What are the prompts that employees might probably use? Those inputs have been given from me, right? Now this saves a lot of time for me on the basic queries. People just generally call and then they will be like, sir, I want to know about what is the policy, how should I avail the medical benefit? Giving an example. And now all this transactional work is something which is saving a lot of time for me. I am not getting into any transactional work. Today I work with the leadership team in terms of restructuring the organization, right? How we can make best use of the resources that we have, rather than sitting on the transactional work, on the queries that employees might have. That is also even more important. We cannot neglect that. Employee experience is a key. As an HR, ensuring that employee experience, that's a key that we might have to look into. And as I was talking about banking, today when you go to the branch, there will be a person who is called a teller or somebody who sits in the counter to address your basic queries. Now, the organization that I work for, I'm not naming the organization for a reason, but the organization I work for, we developed an AI. Somebody goes there and then spells the name, it will have an interactive session with you. It is voice enabled, it has an interactive session with you, right? So that's the way that we are growing at this point of time. And one simple request to all of you, whichever the organization you, I was talking about opportunity when I spoke about football, right? Right after DBA, I had 2 offers in my hand. One with HDFC Bank, which was a contractual job. So those days, I never used to take freshers on the on-roll, on the direct payrolls. They were paying me 8,000 per month. And there'll be a TDS of 10%. 800 will go there as a TDS. And I had another offer with a consultancy for 25,000 with the yearly bonus. I have an incremental, even today I think consultants will have incentives. Like you do a number of profiles and then you get certain incentive on the shortlist and onboarding that you help with their clients. I chose HDFC. I chose HDFC Bank only because I thought it will give me a good experience. And today I'm here because I chose that. If I have been behind that opportunity which I had for 25,000, I don't know. I may not be here today, but probably since the opportunity that I took at that point of time, HDFC, and I ensured that my presence was felt in the organization. Within a year, the skip level manager, he took me on board and he said, Vignesh, you spent 1 year with us. While I want to extend your contract, I feel that you should go and do your post-graduation. The scope for you is more, so do your post-graduation. And he ensured that I applied for MS. I didn't know what MSW was until that time. He ensured that I applied for MSW. I studied my MSW in MCC, and then I'm here today. So ensure that when you get the right opportunity, make better use of it. That's more critical. Money is not the entire factor when you enter the organization. The entry point is something which is very, very critical for all of you. Right? With that, I would probably summarize.
Okay, so we'll wind up this first round, and we'll say that how all three of them have said on what is AI, how its relevance is in the industry today, how it is going to impact jobs, and how it is helping HR professionals in doing their jobs. We'll wind it up with this particular tagline. I would say that AI is not going to take your job, but AI is going to redefine it. Okay, so the way that you look at jobs, the way that you look at opportunities in the industry is going to be impacted by AI, but to what extent and how it's going to be done is something that is left to be seen, but we need to keep catching up with the times. We just can't say it's left to be seen and leave it there. We need to catch up with the times. And since you guys are going to be passing out in the next year or the year after that, we don't know what kind of developments lie ahead, even though we can predict. As human beings, we can only predict so much. But what may happen at that particular point in time, political situations, economic conditions, all that together will bring in a mass change. And then we'll be having another confluence like this, another conclave like this with a totally different topic. Right? So thank you to all three of you. If at this point in time, we'll just open up for 5 minutes. If anybody has any questions regarding what was spoken over here, please do open up and ask. Otherwise, we'll move to the next round. The floor is thrown open to you.
Check. My name is Samyukta. As you said about AI, we need to learn AI. Is there any like a structure or basic thing we can learn and get certification, or like we can learn from the Google and AI itself?
So you don't need to learn AI. So it's an AI engineer's job. I want you guys to understand how AI works. Applications of AI, as Jabba said, applications of AI. How do you use it effectively? So we're talking about prompt engineering, right? We can actually ask the ChatGPT or whatever generative AI to give you the prompts as well. Let's say you need an offer letter, right? So you can actually prompt it to give you prompts. So I would like to suggest a small activity, Danny sir. So you guys can, let's say Danny sir gives you something, probably an assignment, right? You write prompts on your own, keep it aside. And you ask any generative AI to generate prompts for this particular problem statement. You compare it. As and when you keep doing it, you will understand how AI works and how you can do the prompt engineering properly.
See, like I was quoting the support that Danny sir gave during my third semester, right? Back in the days, we are not supposed to bring mobile phones into the campus. I don't know when that thing changed.
Post-COVID.
Okay. Everything changed post-COVID. Hadn't I had ChatGPT at that point of time? So today, what we are supposed to do, when I used to study, what I used to do is, every topic under there will be subtopics. That is what typically, when whoever is evaluating, they will look into. I go through the subtopics, and then I can write stories inside that. Obviously, I know what is the context it is. But to go through the entire textbook, it took a lot of time for us, right? And that's what Danny sir was there to help me with that during those times. But today you have a technology which is right in your hand. If you have to know about, say, what is marketing, just type it there and then ask it to summarize. It's going to give you the gist of everything. And with that, you can elaborate and then proceed further. So this is on your practical experience that you can go. Similar way, you can apply it in a lot of ways when you are working in an organization, right? For example, we go through a lot of legal cases as well, right? And we need to take some citations on the legal cases. There'll be cases which would have happened before on the similar lines. And those days, we have to go speak to multiple people to understand if there was any case. I used to sit with the legal team, try to understand if there was any other case which has happened before, what was the outcome of it, and how should we approach about it. Like we have a legal team, HR will also have a legal team, the companies will have a legal team, but however, you have to have a brief understanding in terms of where the case is heading towards. Now today, I just have to use a ChatGPT with the right prompt. I know that these are the cases which have happened before. Everything is summarized and given to me in a platter, right? Things have changed a lot. That's the opportunity that you guys are getting. So it is about how we utilize it. I just want to summarize with it. You have even the basic ChatGPT or whatever the application that you have. How effective that you are able to make use of it in your day-to-day life.
So adding to both of them, basically like you can't learn AI because AI is in all the fields. Right now they are focusing on implementing AI in education industry, hotel industry. All the industries are, whatever works for them. So you cannot study AI as one book or something like that. But what I would suggest is, are you understanding the trends, what is happening across AI? If you understand that big picture, you will get to know in detail. Right now, what is happening in the industry, right? And what are the trends which is happening? So we started somewhere in machine learning. Now we are in agentic AI. And in future, there's something else is going to come in, right? But until we know what is agentic AI, we will not be able to handle it. So coping up with the industry and the change, evolving to the change that is happening, we will evolve, right? 5 years back, we were not cared about AI and all of those things. But right now, everything is AI, right? So we use it. Day-to-day basis, we use Alexa. We use Google Siri or iPhone Siri and other things also, right? So we evolve to it and we adapt to it. But what is the thing that you need to understand is how do we apply for our problems? How do we find solutions for our complex problems? Is that I want to add.
Great. So what three of them have summarized is that there is no particular course to learn AI, but learning about the trends that are going in AI and how it can be applied, how you can make the best of it is what is necessary. Do we have time for one more question or can we move to the next round? Yeah, one more question.
Hi sir. So can you give us some examples of AI tools that is being used in day-to-day HR activities?
This you guys have to tell us. Tell us what are the AI tools that you guys use. Then we will tell you what is there. Then we can't give our company secrets to all of you, right? Then we'll be in soup. So you tell us what are the tools that you guys use. You didn't expect this twist, right?
Nakubi for an internship. So for the invites, just like Sal said, I have given a key terms to find out the resumes of the candidate. So that one tool I have used.
Okay. Other tools? What are the tools available in market? There are lots. ATS platforms, yes. Okay. Anybody heard of very click? Anybody heard of very click? Okay.
Indeed.
What is it used for?
I've worked as an intern in a company. In that company, they use this website or some AI tool, Indeed, to recruit people, like resume screening, like that. So that's what.
So there are a lot of, for recruitment, there are a lot of platforms. Right now, one is on VeryClick, which we use in an organization for screening employees' profile. It gives you a percentage, as Devaka was saying, it gives you a percentage of, is it matching with your job description, okay? So if it's matching with your job description, basically it checks your keywords, it checks your, what are the things that they've mentioned, whether it's matching with the job description and the candidate which we are expecting. If yes, then it shows the 80%, 70%. So it's just like a matrimony profile. Have you guys seen matrimony profiles? They compare two profiles and they put the score. Not it. So when you're searching for the mate, you will be able to see that. So those are the insights that we are. That's how currently it's available in the market. There are a lot of tools. Every company wants to show their tools. So there are a number of tools in the market.
I think they all want to keep their company secrets. So we'll move to the next round right now. At this time, we are going to move across the spectrum. all of us are talking about technology, technology, technology the whole time, but there is a human aspect, and without that human aspect, I don't think any organization would be an organization. So we're going to bring in this, the latest buzz in the human aspect of HR is emotional intelligence, right? So everyone's talking about emotional intelligence. I am doing my PhD on emotional intelligence. So it's as good as, the buzzword for human side of the organization. And when it comes to this human intelligence, it's also evolving as well. Now you have meta-human intelligence and stuff like that. So one basic component and one basic pillar of this emotional intelligence is empathy. Okay, while discussing with the three of you, Sam came up with the topic of empathy with AI. Empathy with AI, and building the right balance in the workplace. So we could go on with each of you providing your views on how empathy, not just as a construct, but something as a practice that is followed in the organization. How do you follow empathy in your organization? How is it brought into the work methodology? Do you follow it as a practice because of a particular construct, because of a particular confirmation that you have to do with processes in the organization, or do you go beyond that particular work process in order to actually touch a person humanely? And where does AI fit into all of this? Can a balance be achieved? That's what we're going to talk about.
Great. Before I get into the topic, there's one trend that I'm being seeing in the recent days, right? The more the technology is growing, right? When I studied or Mr. Danny sir studied, we were only referring to books and we were only referring to libraries, right? And I still remember the time when I was doing my MSW, I have to go sit in the library for entire day. I used to sit there, make notes and come back. And I used to remember what I'm that I'm writing. That's one thing that we were all having. Today, that is missing. Today, we are missing that. Second thing, we are growing exponentially impatient because everything we get instantaneously. I was having a chat with my grandmother a year back, and she's now 78 years old. And I was just casually asking her how she used to, take care of things those days, because there was no telephone or anything, there was no technology back in the days. To get a money order, her parents used to be in Tanjore, and she was settled in Chennai. So to get a money order, it takes 7 days. You have to write a letter, a postcard, and then that reaches that person, and then it takes 7 days for the money to come back, provided that person already has the money in hand. Now today we get it done in 5 seconds to send the money, right? Any information that you want to grab today, that takes a fraction of a second for you to get it, and it's all in your fingertips today. So this is making people more impatient. This is just my perspective that I'm sharing with all of you. And we, in our organization, we have tied up with an organization, a vendor, who takes care of the employee counseling, the emotional well-being of it, right? We have a connect a session which we have organized, and we have kept it with a specialist on that. As and then every month that it goes, whether I promote about that facility or not, the numbers are growing exponentially high. And remember, these all have to deal with emotions. Everything has to do with emotions. And somewhere down the line, we felt that as and then we grow, banking is a service as well as a sales-driven organization. All of you might probably get into a sales-driven organization or a product-driven organization, or it's a service-related organization. Predominantly, these three options are there. Anything that involves sales, it is always on the numbers. The pressure point will always be there in terms of achieving the numbers. Everybody will get a target, they have to work on that. That's something which is given. Everybody is running behind the numbers. But end of the day, somewhere down the line, the empathy part is getting missed. There is a point. So, an instance that happened, while AI can help resolve the queries, AI can help resolve employee queries and grievances. Last week, I was there on a branch. I was just walking around the branch, interacting with a couple of them. I saw one of the employees walking across me. He just crossed and went. By the look of it, I found that he was not okay. Something was bothering him, and that comes only through the human touch. The AI cannot do it in today's scenario. right? I called him up. I immediately called him up. I said, why don't you come? Let's have a chat. And then I sat with him and had a conversation. I realized that he was going through something. And this he could not open up until I observed it, and then I have to ask him about it. That's where the empathy comes and to a greater play in our life. While AI is there, AI is helping us to do a lot of things, but this helps a lot. We have something called, we have tied up with an external agency which has a product called Amber. It's a product where every product, that AI product, is customizable as per the organization. That's why we are not even talking about most of the products here, because everything is customizable, and we also buy products and then we develop on it, right? As customize it, probably, if I have to put it across. This Amber is basically where, as I told you, I manage 1,500 employees. It's impossible for me to with all of them in a year. While when you become HRs, when you become generalist or HR BP, your predominant role will be is to have a touch point with everybody at least once in a year, right? It can be in any form. It can be a focus group discussion, or it can be addressing them one-to-one, so on and so forth. Now we felt this is taking a lot of time, and a lot of them may not open up. As an HR, there will be a perception that, whatever that is being spoken to you, whether they can trust you or not, because you meet them once in a while. You don't interact with them on a day-to-day basis, right? While the manager is the person who is managing them on a regular basis. They are the one who they are dealing with on a regular basis. Why would they trust you? Why would an employee trust an HR and have a conversation about their work-related problems? Can somebody answer?
So, my name is Sean. Because they might feel like intimidated to to pose the question, or they might feel that the work is in danger.
Thank you. Anybody else? Anybody wants to share any other views?
I'll reiterate the question. The question is, why does the employee not want to talk to their immediate boss or their manager about it, but rather choose to talk about their problems to HR, whom they don't see every day?
Maybe they'll have to interact with them every day. They might feel judged if they ask questions like that. So they might talk to someone they don't know, so they don't have to see them every day.
Got it. Thank you. See, it works both ways around. It's a double-edged sword. Some of them might feel comfortable with you. Some of them may not feel comfortable with you, right? This is where the problem statement that we had. We had a problem where I met, say, 10 people. 5 of them or 6 of them are opening up with me. The rest of them are not opening up with me. And my time with them is something which is not giving me a much of productivity. So what we felt was, we subscribed to this thing where, a platform where it will have a touch point with, it's a chat-based touch point, where the minute an employee who gets onboarded, 15 days, 30th day, 45th day, and every 6 months that they complete, we programmed it, we customized it. A set of questions, we framed that questions, a set of 10 questions or 20 questions goes to them. And they have an option to just rate it, or if they want to give any remarks, they can type in the remarks, whatever that they want to do, right? And we promoted it saying that it's completely confidential. None of the managers still have access to it, only HRs have access to it. So we promoted in such a way that this is something which is confidential, and you can share whatever that you feel. Now today, I don't have to talk to the 1,500 employees on a regular basis, but the information comes to me. Whatever that the inputs that they give, it is all in the data format, and I have it handy. I can always use it to represent to my senior managements as well, right? So that's the way AI is also helping in terms of understanding the emotions of the employee, because most of it is on the emotional part, the way that they felt on a particular day, that the way that they've been treated in the organization. So most of the queries which comes in through the portal that we have built in, it is on the empathy, right? AI also supports us in terms of ensuring that the empathy also is being taken care of, highlighting those points where the employee is feeling low, the employee is feeling that they need a support system to be done. And one of the employee a month back or so, when I spoke to him, I met him a week back, and then the next week he has written a lot of inputs in the platform. Then I called him up immediately and I asked him that, when I met him, you never spoke about all of this. I just met you. Then he was like, sir, I don't know how to open up and talk to you. I don't know whether, I was not feeling comfortable to open up and talk to you, but I felt better when I wrote it. So there are employees who will be that way, and how we touch upon their lives is very, very critical as an HR.
So, empathy, you guys are aware, right? Anybody have, most of you, I think most of you would have seen Endiran 2.0, right? There's a red chip which plays an empathy role, right? If there is feelings and all of those things, if it's there. Right now the red chip is not there in all the AIs right now, okay? Instead of that is where our role comes in. The power of HR is we have the data, right? We are the ones who are dealing with the employee day in and day out. As we were saying, right? So there's a 30, 60, 90 days framework which is happening. Once a new joiner joins in, every touch points, right? From the date of joining till the 90th day, we monitor him and we see how he is evolving. For the existing employees, we have something called mode survey which will get released fortnightly. To understand how he is feeling. Is he feeling demotivated because of his manager or his peers, or who is influencing him to feel that way, right? Whether he's happy, sad, or it is just a survey which has been rolled out by the bot application, and we get the data, right? What do we do with the data? Data will still remain the data when you're not taking action against it. It will be just data. But when we take it up for the leadership, saying as in this is what the inputs from the management. Example, there's a problem in the team, right? If a team lead has around 6 to 7 people reporting to him, the team lead's behavior is totally unacceptable. The entire team members are against, the moods would be the same, right? So obviously we will have to take action against it. Otherwise, we will lose the 7 resources, potential resources, or high performer resources, right? Which will cost the organization. So we have the power to make the decision and use the data as a power to showcase and to retain the talent. So retention becomes easy for us. Right now, any company, I think attrition is rating high, but these are the touch points that we have power to retain the talent. That's one. Second thing is, we have to be empathetic. Right now what's happening is, AI cannot understand. Whatever is there in your resume is only AI can understand and give you a job role, right? But example, if this was happened few years back, okay? There was a project and there was a person required for the project for a technology, basically a web methods technology. He's a fresher to it, but we made him to support that. And few years later, web methods had an opening, okay? And this guy applied for it, but he did not get through. Reason being, he didn't mention that he knows web methods in the resume, right? Internal job posting, since he would have updated his resume when he joined, after that his resume would be, he wouldn't have touched his resume or changed it. Because of that, he lost an opportunity in IJP job posting, which is internal job posting. Being the HR, I can go advocate for him, saying as in he knows the skill, right? That touch point is missing right now with AI and all of those things, right? We know our employees better. So what, we are all rolling back to the same one top question. HR, so human touch point is required for enabling the AI to work properly, right? So that's the fundamental, right? So a lot of empathy, see, HR is known for employee engagement, employee experience and all of those things, right? These cannot be fulfilled by AI itself. We need, the entire organization need HR to do that, right? That's where your power comes in. When you get into a role, be an empathetic HR. Don't go with whatever your ChatGPT says or whatever the reports. Just because you wanted to finish your work just like that, don't rely on ChatGPT alone. Use your potential, as we were saying, right? So you take the framework. It gives you better presentation, or it gives you better table. Put your informations to it and it can give you wonders, right? So basically your foundation should be stronger, and you can use it, use your creativity, take the format, and you will be able to do wonders.
I like Divakar to touch upon on flip side. Divakar, both of them have been portraying HRs as, Mahans, right? And there's always a flip side to a coin, yeah? So, I know many of my students have gone out and they've been cursing HR to the core. So, how do you deal with such emotions? How can you be empathetic in such a case? And where does AI fit into all of this, Divakar? I know I'm putting you on the spot over here, but if you can add on that dimension, then they will know that there are two sides to a coin.
Okay. So there are two things you are talking here, like one is AI and another one is empathy. So Java and Vignesh, they are talking about understanding employee problems, right? What is the way in understanding employee problems? So there are tools, right, where Vignesh has said he is using a particular tool which monitors, sequentially how employee goes through, what are the problems and all that. Right. In some cases, people roll out surveys, right? Once you join a company, right, how was your first day? Then how was your induction program? Then how was your KT? So once you're on board to another project, how was your KT? Everything is collected as a data, right? This process, right, every session somebody is going to take a survey, that's where the frustration comes, honestly. Even for me, when I joined, see, I was an employee for 2 years, right, when I started my career, and then I switched to HR role. So in one way that actually helped me to understand what are the problems. From a HR point of view, yeah, we may have different strategies, right, which will work for the business, which will work for the people, but the way we present it to the employee, right, should be in a way that the employee cooperates and not frustrate them. Where you send out a survey, okay, again, yeah, okay, fine, this has come out, I'm going to finish it in 10 seconds. The data will not be helpful. So there's something called as gamification, right, where you engage the employee, right, to do something and get what you want. So that's where the balance is, right. So here you can use AI. Once you collect the data, right, you can ask AI to do a sentiment analysis and give me inputs. Once you get that, you can get some insights out of that input, and then you formulate HR strategy. It is going to be attrition, it is going to be employee satisfaction or retention, right. That's where your part comes in. So that's where you need to understand the employee, right? So you have to put yourself in their shoes and see, let's say I'm sending out 10 surveys in the course of 10 days, definitely it is going to be frustrating. Right, first 2-3 surveys you'll be doing it honestly, after the 7 will be mere inputs, less than 10 seconds or 15 seconds. So that's where this empathy comes in, right? Where even sending out a survey, filling out a form, need to empathize on how an employee receives it, how he will be able to do it. So that's why all this gamification and all that. Even in your college, right, surveys, science will be using gamification for teaching and all that, right? So this has come out really well. So that's where you need to strike a balance. Let's say we're talking about recruitment, right? Can someone tell in terms of recruitment, the entire process? I hope you guys know. So where are the places where you can use AI, you can automate? Can someone tell me the process? And
Pass mic. It has to be recorded as well. Pass mic.
For the screening purpose of
the entire process. Like when you talk about recruitment, what is the process? Can you help me understand?
What are stages?
Stages in recruitment, yeah.
So first comes the sourcing, and then comes analyzing the resumes and the candidates, and then comes the best candidate for the post, and we call them for the one-on-one interview, and then with their interviews we can sort it out.
Okay. So in this entire process, right, where do you think you can automate? Where do you think you can automate the entire process, right? Where are the parts, stages where you can automate, where your intervention is not required?
Yeah, where screening process can be automated, and resume
filtering
and resume things and all be automated. Other than that, interviews is one-on-one, that cannot be automated.
Okay.
The offer letter and the release can be automated?
Yeah, yes. The offer letter and the onboarding process, the paperwork can be automated, but the human things we need to do.
What are the human things?
Interview process and induction, the learning and development, later on periods and all comes.
So here, as you said, right, screening, shortlisting the profiles. You enter keywords, you ask the AI to shortlist. There will be a score to the profile, it will be shortlisted. And then there's going to be schedule. Call schedules also, nobody's calling people. There's going to be an email which you'll receive, you'll pick up a time slot and your meeting invite will come to you. And the first round probably will be HR, or it's going to be a hardcore technical round, They'll be put into a technical test right away, and then they go on to a HR round. So that's where it comes in a profile which has a stopgap, career break. Right. If you're gonna put in a keyword saying there is career break, you don't take. Right. You may miss out. So there may be a lot of reasons for why a person takes a career break. So that's where your intervention also needs to come in, in understanding how and what. Just for a keyword, it shouldn't eliminate someone. It could be a really good talent. It can be any problem, right? But if you're gonna put it in the filtration process, you're gonna lose a very good candidate. And they had a rightful opportunity to take up that interview. So that's why you need to strike a balance. If your management or someone above you is gonna say, I don't need